Does your pet have itchy paws or stinky ears, greasy skin? It could be a yeast infection. Yeast infections are pretty common in dogs and cats, and the good news is that there's ways to treat them naturally at home. But when should you see the vet? So today, I'm going to tell you how to identify a yeast infection in pets, natural remedies you can try, and what signs means it's time for some professional help. So let's get started. How do you know if your pet has a yeast infection? Here are some signs to look for. Number one, itchy paws or constant licking of the feet. Yeast loves moisture, and paws are the perfect environment. Number two, greasy or smelly skin. Yeast produces a distinct musty smell. Some pet owners say it smells like corn chips. Number three, red inflamed skin, especially in the ears, the paws, the armpits, or the groin. Number four, ear infections. If your dog shakes their head a lot, has a waxy discharge, or stinky ears, yeast could be to blame. Number five, darkened or thickened skin. Chronic yeast infections can cause skin to look elephant-like. So what are some home remedies you can do for a yeast infection with your pets? So yeast thrives on sugar. So the first thing you need to address is your pet's diet. A low-carb diet is number one. You got to cut out the starchy carbs like potatoes and rice and high sugar treats just for a while. Replace them with lean proteins, non-starchy veggies like green beans, and healthy fats like fish oil. Number two is probiotics. Good bacteria help fight off yeast. So look for pet-friendly probiotic supplements. You can also add plain unsweetened yogurt to their food. Number three is an apple cider vinegar rinse. Yeast hates acidity. Mix equal parts of apple cider vinegar and water, and you're going to use the solution to rinse the itchy paws or wipe the areas like the groin or skin folds. But do not use this on open sores. It'll sting and your pet will hate you. Number four is coconut oil. It's a natural antifungal. Rub a little bit on the affected skin or add it to their food in small amounts. Start with half a teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight and go from there. Keep in mind, topical treatments are crucial because yeast lives on the skin. So you can try an Epsom salt soak. You're going to soak your pet's paws for 5 to 10 minutes in warm water mixed with Epsom salt. It's soothing and it helps draw out moisture. You can also do an herbal tea rinse. Chamomile or green tea can help reduce inflammation and fight yeast. You're going to brew the tea, let it cool, and gently rinse the affected area. You can also use a gentle pet-safe antifungal shampoos with ingredients like tea tree oil or neem oil. Make sure to leave the shampoo on for 5 to 10 minutes though, so it has time to do its job. Don't rinse it off too soon. So when should you see the vet for a yeast infection? Now, while some home remedies are effective, sometimes yeast infections need professional help. If your pet's skin is bleeding, it's raw or oozing, if they have a severe ear infection, they seem to be in pain, or if you've tried some of these home remedies for 1 to 2 weeks and there's no improvement, it's time to see the vet. So what causes a yeast infection? Yeast is typically just the symptom, so if you don't fix the root cause, it can come back quite easily. Here are some common reasons for yeast overgrowth. Number one, many times it's because they have chronic allergies. This can weaken the immune system, which lets yeast get out of control. Older pets' immune systems also start to decline, so it's not always just allergies. Sometimes it's just an elderly pet. Number two, their digestion isn't optimal. Maybe it's a food allergy, a slow transit time for the stool, not enough enzymes to break down the food, and not enough stomach acid. Again, yeast hates acid. So if your dog is taking an antacid and battling yeast, you may want to talk to your vet and see how essential that medication is. Oftentimes, antacids are prescribed for any general GI issue, including humans. You can check out my blog below on how to know if there's too much or too little acid, as the symptoms are generally the same. Number three, hormonal changes. Hormones can affect all of the other things I just mentioned, so making sure your pet's hormonal levels are balanced is very important. Now, if your pet just has one paw that has yeast, you can probably treat it just externally. But if they have it in multiple places, you most likely need to treat it internally as well. So there you have it. Keep an eye out for yeast infection symptoms like itchy paws, stinky ears, and you can try a low-carb diet, natural remedies like the apple cider vinegar and coconut oil, and don't hesitate to see your vet if it doesn't improve. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more pet health tips. I'm Dr. Kyle Burton, and I'll see you in the next video.